All right. Good morning. How are we doing today? The SPY is falling down here at open. First few minutes, I guess it's just even for now, but getting there to the red. What's up, Kevin? Gil Kill, Sharpie, Rick, Joe Papa, Outlaw, Hustle, I Love YouTube, Losing Better, Jake, MW, and Brain. What is going on? Happy Taco Tuesday, Outlaw says. I've been hearing that one for years, Outlaw. Still appreciate it. Good morning. SPY up a little bit from last night. If we actually look at it, it's going to be in the green right now. How much are we up? 0.24% says the stocked up algo in the bottom right. Keep some stats down there for you guys. Pretty cool. Jake said maybe we can make back yesterday's losses. The SPY actually recovered up pretty well intraday yesterday. It would be big to break through that again. I'm really looking for 684 to come into play. That would be a very large resistance to look at for the next couple trading days. 684. Top Brain says that would be good. We would take it. SPY is chopping around from open for now, though. Looking at the watch list today. Holy Hill raise up 800%. No, they had a reverse split. How big was it? Let's see. Oh. Let me remove my drawings here. Let's go see. It was a 1 for 10 reverse split. Went up from 74 cents up to 7.40 essentially. They have to stay on the NASDAQ, right? Definitely a weird move, though. We'll probably see the chart adjust soon. They're actually down 5.5% if you adjust yesterday's levels as well. I know you can't expect green every day, but with November being down so much. Yeah, you know, that December did end up pretty rough yesterday on the first day, but at least it recovered back pretty well. Lumen is good today. Seer Flesh Enjoyer says. Brain. Still can't believe it's still showing those. Lumen is good. Up 8.6%, up 4.1%, up to $8.60. Sorry about that. BE, Bloom Energy, 8.3%, up to 107. That is huge. How about Oklo? Big jump up to 92 as well, 5.5%. APLD moving a little bit too. Okay. We like to see it. MSTR, 5.6%. Nice jump. Up towards 183. Nvidia's up here too. NVDA 185.50, getting towards 186, up 3%. That is a really big jump with NVDA. Huge recovery. There's a lot of green starting to come into play. I like it. You guys happy with the price action here? I'm gonna turn that down a little bit for you. I like it, Mighty J. Yeah, Nvidia is really getting up there. That is a nice jump. How's Apple again today? Let's go, Apple. Love to see the continuation. New all-time highs again. iPhone 17 sales have been on fire. How's Beyond Meat? Oh, damn it, Beyond. It went up a little bit in pre-market. I was really hoping to see some good action out of it today. 125 sitting there. Not really down from yesterday very much, but could be a lot better. I was definitely, and I still am, looking at Beyond for possible short squeeze opportunities here. That is a crazy jump that started to happen. A lot of intraday volatility yesterday. Very risky stock, though. Very risky. Of course, Robinhood recovered, so no real downside move opportunity there. BABA dropped. Damn. Look at AVGO as well. Kind of popped. 392 resistance here on AVGO. Looks pretty good, though, off support. The poll said Tesla will cha-ching. Come on, Tessie. Tesla's actually really slow here. Stuck right at resistance. Poll said Tesla. Hey, what's up, Christian? Yep. Haha. I actually know yours, luckily. QQQ jumping past 620. That was a big breakout by the NASDAQ here at open. SPY didn't really get a breakout going quite like that. That looks pretty solid. Nice by NASDAQ and the tech stocks. NVIDIA, one of the bigger players today. They are starting to actually see some red finally, but they've been doing great from open. Microsoft up 0.4%. CRDO, Chase says. Cerdo. That's a funny one. NVIDIA is over the 180 support. Oh, yeah. Well over it. It's definitely support now. That's for sure. Well, yeah, we're definitely going to use that range as support if it does fall. Well over it, though. Yeah, no kidding. Broke above that high from yesterday, which was right around that 180 point. Good to see it moving out past there. That's a great sign. Looking at the daily chart, gosh, it's starting to come up off the lows in a good way. 1 sec, guys. Just triple checking something. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, NVIDIA, really nice action, though. Going to that 1 minute chart. New high of the morning going to be coming in soon. Got TSLA pulling back a little bit. Around break even right now, sitting at 430. This is a very interesting setup with Tesla. Tried to break out today, did not get past the high from yesterday, rejected, and is now back down right into the middle of the range. Testing 430 support as we talk. Very strange movement here by Tessie. Makes me worry a lot more about a rejection play coming in. SPY is still sitting here. I guess everybody forgot about the carry trade already. Doesn't seem too hot of a subject here. Carry trade people want to make money, bro. Oh, yeah. That's why they're doing the carry trade. What's everyone's taco choice? What? You can have choices with tacos? I guess you could go like beef or chicken, right? Pork. BYND. You're watching Beyond Meat, Brain says. Me too. I've been hoping that they would start to pop back up. That's not Beyond Meat. Sorry, that was BYD. Here's Beyond. Trying to get him to come back up above 150. That'd be beautiful. Ooh, Mason said the real question's hard shell or soft shells. That is more of the real question, I'd say. I'm actually having that tonight. That's funny that you guys brought that up. I thought that was funny. Because I literally am having it. Tom, how does the pulse tracker work? It's more like a speedometer than an index. Yeah, it definitely doesn't match CNN's Fear and Greed. We're not trying to have it match that at all. At all. It's more of an intraday look at the SPY. You know, if you look at the pulse tracker, it's showing you, you know, greed, extreme greed, neutral fear. I see how you maybe would think that it could be like that. But it's definitely geared more towards intraday volatility, right? So as it keeps updating, you know, we're going to be watching the pulse to see how it goes. Once you get to the fear side, you can start to say that it's selling off a bit more, generally. Again, not all the time. Maybe it's selling off and then it reverses intraday for a few minutes. That few minute intraday reversal could maybe swing the pulse tracker back up a little bit. It's just kind of giving you a gauge right now. How is the SPY, right? I would say I'm most confident whenever it's either on the far left or the far right side. Yeah, not even an index. It's literally looking at SPY. SPX would be the index, but I see what you mean. It pretty much is like SPX, but... The best thing to do with the pulse tracker to learn it is to watch it move with SPY for a few days. You know, maybe make mental notes, maybe even jot down real notes. And maybe say, okay, maybe look at the look at what's going on there with those specific movements and how the pulse tracker reads them. Yeah, SPY is a bit wonky. QQQ's been a lot better, straight to the upside. But it is starting to consolidate right now, and I'm watching it as it consolidates for a possible another breakout coming in. Looking great, though. So far, anyways. I would think it's possible, Blue-Eyed Wolf. I'm not sure the data flow required, but you know, I'm sure if we researched it, we could get something done. As long as it wasn't copying someone else, which at this point, with how many of those are out, it probably just would be. But that's not really on our agenda here, Blue-Eyed Wolf. It definitely is more of a mic question as well. But I would think that you could. I would think that you could definitely get it done. It's just, you know, it's going to be hard to get it done. I bet you could even just ask ChatGPT, honestly. Yeah, ChatGPT says you can, so I would think you could do it pretty good. ChatGPT might even give you the code for it, which is funny. Go type this in the chat. Go ask ChatGPT your question. I think you'll be pretty mind blown at how its response is. Yeah, Apple, big volume candle there. Blue-eyed. It might be better. It might be better. Tesla down below 429. There we go. Pulling back. SPY, new low of the morning. Wow, 681.60 coming into play. As QQQ does start to pull back now. It's not technically a low of the morning, I guess. Low from open with SPY. Broke its opening support. Ooh, Mason's probably happy with those puts. Any puts today, Mason? Boeing trying to move through $200, but rejecting. Wow, it's up 7% now. Yeah, there is a lot of incorrect info, Steve. But for something simple like can you do something, it'll give you normally a pretty good answer. You got to put them against each other. I've done that before. He's right, though. There are a lot of errors. I've noticed a lot of them. Hell, it gave me a simple math error last night. It was off by 50 cents. I was like, do that again? And then it did it, and it goes, oh, I was off by 50 cents. I'm like, okay. I'm like, thanks for that, ChatGPT. It probably will, Brain. Once those robots come out, right? That's what'll do it. Palantir's ripping today, up over 4%. Tilray up 840%. For those of you that don't know, it's actually down on the day. It just had a reverse split. So it appears to be up that much on the watch list, but it's not really. Strategy Inc. is really coming back alive. That is a good rip. Filled the gap up and everything. 178, 180. They had some bad news with Bitcoin yesterday. They even said the words Bitcoin winter, which was pretty wild. Bitcoin winter. That was one of the worst parts. In my opinion, with Bitcoin yesterday, a lot of the downtrend was attributed to that in my eyes, but it came back well today, up over 3%, up to 89K now. Where's my crypto players at? Bitcoin's trying to pop back. It's not necessarily recovered all the way back to the highs of yesterday, but it's getting close. Beyond looks exciting, and you're rooting for it, Steve said. Coconut said, I think Michael Saylor's buying the dip. They better have that dip come back. Gosh, it started snowing by me. Has anyone else been dealing with the snow? It's been terrible. I can't even breathe anymore. XRP is still in the gutter, Tom. Hey, it's up 3% though. But yeah, when you zoom out, it definitely is. While Bitcoin and even XRP are recovering today, it's not like I said, it's not necessarily above the highs from yesterday at all. But there is good intraday action there. What's up, Christian? SPY 683 resistance right at the high of day yesterday. Of course, that's where it rejects today. It's only fitting. Only fitting. I would love to see 684 break, which is the high from Friday. You're expecting snow on Friday in Tennessee? Nice. I guess that's nice if you like the snow, bad if you hate it. I kind of like it. I just wish it wasn't cold. I wish it could snow in the summer. No, then it wouldn't be right, but I do bad in the cold personally, but I always enjoy a good snow every few months, I guess. One moment, guys. Throw up the Mag 7 chart. Quick intermission. All right. Sorry about that. Microsoft moving higher. 0.5% on the far right there. Even SPY. Back to 683 now already. New high of the morning actually just hit. We are seeing some insane back and forth action here in the market. A lot of chop, but SPY's trying to get that move higher going. Watch for 684. Watch for the gap to fill. The gap's going to fill close to 683.40. 683.50. Go visit Mason for some snow and then get the hell out. North Texas has been really calm this fall. Bit Farms. BITF. Yep. Up around 4%. Very low price stock, being around $3. So it's probably going to move a lot. Oh yeah, it's even zooming out here. It looks pretty crazy. How's Beyond? Are we coming back? Still trying to recover back. Nothing too good yet. Ha! Cat Rack says it's 75 there in Florida. One moment, guys. Yeah, poor Beyond. Little red candle there. SPY having some chop up there at the high of the day. Not really breaking out, unfortunately. I want to see some better directional action rather than all this chop back and forth. We are getting some good moves like from the bottom to the top, but no like real breakouts going on here. You guys should do a small account challenge with 1K for all of next year to see how much it can grow for the next new year. What, were you out there watching Ross Cameron with this new challenge? Is that what you were doing? TSLA, Alex says. SPY, new high of the day coming up. Yeah. They make pretty risky trades too, Steve. It's usually like pretty, like they're either going to lose it all or they're going to make it, you know? Although it's fun to see how some people do it. You know, you can obviously have some good strats there. That's a nice move with Tesla coming up 435. Up over 1%. That is huge. Wow, Tesla. What an intraday turnaround by them. Look at that volume hit too. Damn. Nvidia triple topping here. This is a huge triple top on Nvidia. 185.50. Is that good or bad, a triple top? Usually it results in bearish price action, considering that the stock is really failing to break out past it. But realize that eventually it will probably break to the upside. It just depends when, right? Right now, though, it looks pretty good. Like we're seeing some actual pullback actually starting to happen here. Gosh, IWM has not been looking good these past 2 days. The Russell, the small caps, huh? I'm not gonna say it's looking terrible the past 2 days. It looks like very flat. Whenever we go to the daily chart, it really puts it into perspective. At least we're not seeing these big red days. I'm not going to say it's great, though, by any means. Definitely worse than better, right? App loving. App. Over 8% today. Damn, up to 680 just about. The stock has been on fire past couple years. My word. One that I wouldn't have thought did so good either, but... Great growth into October here. Now it's coming back to those October highs. Yeah, the Amazon reInvent. Nvidia has an event going on as well. Maybe it is the Nvidia one that I'm thinking of. AMZN 235. Here we go. Looking pretty good for a possible move higher here. Like to see Amazon recovering up like it is intraday. That is huge. Oh, it was AWS. Okay. That's what I thought. Coconut said, if you pull out a couple of years, you wouldn't even know that there was a sell-off and the AI bubble popped again. That'll probably be true. If the AI bubble really does pop and it ends up being like the 2000.com bubble, we got to keep in mind that from the dot-com bubble, now this is something that blows a lot of people's minds, or a lot of people don't really go back and look or really know how long it really took. But whenever you look at the dot-com bubble collapse, it happened right here on the chart. Okay? It took from the beginning of 2000, well, to get back to the highs, it essentially took 7 or 8 years. That is a long time to get back to that point. And then the market just literally died again. So it really didn't truly break out all the way until 2012, 2013. That's when the real breakout started happening, where it truly started breaking out. Not just this little breakout past the 2000 high and then an immediate collapse. Like a real, true run. Like we're used to, right? Like we've been used to. But if we do end up getting a true collapse like that, it could take a long time. Traders need to realize that. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe not. Maybe it can't happen anymore. I'm not sure, but I'm not saying it's going to happen either in that sense. But if it did, I would think it could end up taking a while. Very irrational, right? That's human nature. Lumen has not had a single 5-minute red candle today. LUMN. LUMN is really on fire here intraday. My gosh, 9.7%. NBIS rocketing. If the AI does pop, we'll just be on the next bubble. Maybe the energy bubble. It's been a while since I think traders have really seen a bubble burst. I guess the main bubble that bursted recently, if you want to count this as a bubble, would be the COVID bubble. A lot of stocks ended up dropping from that, of course. I'm not talking about the 2020 COVID drop either. I'm talking about this drop with the SPY. in 2022. But it really hurt the growth stocks that were trying to move at the time, like Zoom. Zoom's just a good example, but there's plenty of them out there. Plenty out there. It's hard for me to remember all of them, but plenty out there. Square might be another one. Oh, sorry, it's XYZ now. Forgot. Block. There we go. Yep, Square's another one. Not energy bubble. Tom, what do you think for ticket grid for energy sector? Let's see. Grid? Never heard of it before. First Trust NASDAQ Clean Edge Smart Grid Infrastructure Index. It doesn't sound terrible, really. It really doesn't sound terrible. What's up, KO? How are you doing? How are you doing? TSLA, that's some good price action there. 437. Resistance overhead. Touching with that wick today. Had that nice pop, but immediate rejection back down. I hope everyone's been having a good morning so far. Hey, even KO's been watching Wick. You heard about it? It's an ETF for energy. Nice. It seems like a good ETF that some fund managers would get into or something. Reminds me of something like that. It looks solid though. I think if you average in it, it would be just fine. Ticker symbol GRID. zoom out on it, see how it generally, it'll pop and then have like a period of consolidation before popping again. Maybe wait for that consolidation point to enter. It has been kind of pulling back the past few weeks, though. GRID, Yvonne. TMC is a good company to watch. The metals company, I like them. Yeah, whoa. That was a good comeback today. No kidding. 14%. I noticed they were at second on my watch list today. I knew that they were up there all morning, just under Tilray because of the reverse split. But, wow, this is looking good. If they had to reverse split, you have to ask why. They lost money 2x faster. I wouldn't touch it. Yeah, I'm not saying to touch it, that's for sure. Anything you put into these weed stocks, you need to understand and realize that it can result in a very bad move. Holy SPY, Mason said. Let's see that SPY. Pulling back now. Off of resistance. 683.20, 683.50. Held up well. Did not get any meaningful breakout. Now we're actually made a new low from open. But every time that we've made a new low or high from open here, the SPY is immediately reversed. So I'm curious if we'll actually get a good directional move back down this time or not? The SPY did almost fill the gap. Back up here. 683.50 almost filled it up. Somebody needs to get a job with an energy company and report back what's going down. We'll greatly appreciate it. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, shit, it's the SEC, guys. Run and hide. I wouldn't do that in a million years. I know you're kidding, though, Coconuts. And so am I. So am I. If they had to reverse split, yeah. Poor Tilray, right? Man, there's SPY. What is up with this wick going on here? That is a major drop down towards 681. 681.00. That is a bad drop off. Nvidia is falling back down too. Holy SPY. Going back to that move with the SPY, that was a big drop. I wanted to see how Nvidia was moving. Maybe look at other Mag 7 to see what's going on here. That wick down to 681 was crazy, but it's bouncing right back. Again, like I said a minute ago, every time the SPY seems like it's starting to finally move here today, it bounces right back up. Which energy company would you like? Brain said. How about I'm gonna go with I'll just keep it simple. We'll go with Oxy. OXY. OXY has actually been pulling back a little bit here. Wow. Putin warns Russia is ready right now to fight Europe in a war. He can't even take over Ukraine. What does he mean, fight all of Europe? Obviously, I'm kidding, guys. It's another joke. I'm kidding. All right, no more jokes today. 5-minute chart, 623 rejecting down. Big pullback, 620, 619, resistance coming up. 619 will be pretty big. Was the low from this morning where it bounced after opening. Ooh. Hustles bought some December 26 puts. An IBIT here for a scalp. December of 2026 puts. Of IBIT? Oh, you know what? They're not saying December of 26. They're saying December 26th expiration. That makes sense. Yep. Wow. The Friday after Christmas. Yeah, the market is going to be open that day. For those of you that don't know, here it is. Oh, wait. Sorry, I wasn't it. Where is the holidays? Come here. There we go. There we go. Boom. The market will close early at 1 p.m. on Christmas Eve. It'll be closed on Thursday for Christmas Day. But then Friday, December 26th, the market will be open again. I personally hate it when it falls on a Thursday like that. I think it's terrible. And yeah. And then the next 2 years, though, we get it on Friday. Nice and easy, but doesn't line up good on the this year, I guess. Definitely makes for a weird end of the trading week. It's going to kind of be like Thanksgiving, the Friday after Thanksgiving anyways. Imagine the kind of profit taking that's going to happen on Christmas Day. That would be pretty insane, right? I hope not. I sure hope not. One moment. Sorry, guys. One moment. Man, that SPY pullback is nuts, though. I know we had that wick down to 681. It's been holding, but I'm not super confident in it here. Not loving it. Hard to pick direction today. I guess I lean down given the gap fill, but it is a wild morning. Bitcoin 2025, Hustle says. I got you, yeah. IBIT. That'll be an interesting scalp. Are you looking to hold it for multiple days or like literally scalp it like really quickly intraday? Lumen pulled back as well, and obviously I bought at the top. IBIT just filled a big gap up, which is pretty interesting here. BYND is about to break down Beyond Meat. Let's see, BYND. $1.60 on Beyond. Okay. That's what we like, Beyond. That is what we like. Keep pulling back. Bounce off of $1 for us. Imagine it just suddenly rockets up. It'll probably do like it did yesterday. If it's gonna get going, maybe we'll see like a nice like injection in there. That would be perfect. Intel's having another good day. I love Intel. Come on, Intel. Let's keep it going. There we go. $43. Up 7.9%. That is beautiful there by Intel. Beautiful, beautiful. Breaking out above the recent high. I love to see that. 42.50 coming up. That is a good break. Man, Intel, this is an insane move. It actually just filled the gap all the way back from April of 24. That's a funny move to have here, but Lip Bhutan is getting Intel back into the swing of things. It is coming back extremely well. I love it. Let's go, Intel. Keep it up. Everyone hated on Intel when it was at 18 or 20 bucks. Now they all love it. Say, where were you then? Alrighty, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. Got a lot to do in the background today. SPY has that Miami U logo. Kinda does, doesn't it? That's funny. Degenerate Merc bought leaps on Intel back on August, up 288%. Beautiful. That's what I want to hear. 288% sounds awesome on Intel. Even the shares are up like 100% from $20 or $18. Oh yeah, even better at this point. Yeah, definitely deserves some dubs though on that one. Like what Brain put out there. Dubs in the chat for sure. Alrighty, guys. I will talk to you later. I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Mason put the logo in the discussion chat. There it is. It is pretty close, isn't it? No problem, MW. Appreciate you. Thanks, Brain. Appreciate everybody out there. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, Tom_StockedUp. No problem, Outlaw. Have a good one. See ya, Alexander. See ya, everyone. YouTube, Rick. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Even the lurkers out there. Appreciate you for joining up as always. Making the community what it is. Hope to see everybody doing well here this week. SPY very back and forth. What did I say a few minutes ago? Right as SPY was going to make its new low of the day, it would turn right around and go right back up. Boom. That seems like every time this happens today. Now watch. Now SPY is going to break the high of the day by like 20 cents or 10 cents and then go tanking back down. No, this time it'll probably get a real move, but I don't know. It is pretty slow there today. All right, talk to you guys later. See ya.